Hello guys, welcome to week 2. We will continue studying and practicing the direct and indirect speech. Remember that they are used when you are telling stories or when you are repeating or reporting what another person said. Direct speech, you say exactly the words the other person used. Indirect speech, you repeat what they said but not using the exact words. Don't forget that we have different ways or different tenses to express our ideas, right? Look at the example given here with the doctor. The doctor says, or the exact words of the doctor are, your son will feel much better tomorrow. Promise. Okay? So if you are telling a direct speech, you can say, the doctor said, comma, and in quotations, you include your son will feel much better tomorrow. Promise. Okay? So there you have the direct speech. But what happened when the lady is reporting or telling someone else what the doctor said? I'm really worried, but the doctor said that Jake will feel better tomorrow. Look how the will changed to would. And obviously you are not using your son, but this time she's using the name of the son, right? Jake. So be careful because there are many things that must change when you pass direct from indirect. We will do some exercises later. That's why it is very, very important that you remember all the changes, right, that you have. Here I include again the chart for you of the verb tenses, right? Present simple changes to past simple, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect to past perfect, past simple to past perfect, and some modals also change, like will changes to would, can to could, may to might, must had to, and have to had to. Okay? And look for let's analyze the past tense. Alex said, I finished my homework. Don't forget that after the reporting part, you need to write a comma or to put a comma. What are the reporting parts? Alex said, she said, Tom told me, they expressed, he warned us, she whispered. All of those are my reporting part, right? And then the direct speech is enclosed in quotation marks, the exact words. But let's continue with the past simple. It changes in the reported speech. It changes to past perfect. Alex said that he had finished his homework. Past perfect. Why do we have the that in parentheses? Because I told you that the word that is optional. You can say Alex said he had finished his homework or Alex said that he had finished his homework. The will. She said, I will always love Tom. She said that she would always love Tom. Okay, don't forget, guys, don't forget that also there are some pronouns that must change because if you say I like my table, those are my exact words. She said that she liked her. Yes, so her, not my, her. Please be careful with those changes too. And remember that we had another ones that I included in the presentation last week, like today changes to that day, right? Or tomorrow changes to the next day, yesterday to the day before. Don't forget to keep uh, studying those things, those changes too. If you see this rule here, you do not need to change the time tenses in the following situations. 1. Look at the picture in the living room. Many friends are talking and having a good time studying or reading, and then one of them stands up and goes to the bathroom, and she says to one of the other ones, I'm so thirsty. I'll go to the bathroom and I'll bring some water. And she goes. Then someone was really distracted and didn't listen, and this person wants to know where she goes and asks, what did she say or what she said? And the other person says, oh, she's thirsty. She needs to go to the bathroom and she says that she's thirsty. So we don't change the tense because it is in the same moment, right? Or around the same moment that you are repeating the information, or the information has just said, right? Number 2, for us scientific facts and general truths. Look at the boy doing homework. He's left-handed. And then he told you, oh, you know, I'm left-handed. This is general truth. This won't change, right? So if someone asks you, what did she say? What did he say? And then you say, okay, he says that he's left-handed. You don't need to change the tense, right? Because it's a general truth, won't change. And now number 3 is for information that is still true. Maybe it's not a general truth, but it's still true. Look at the picture with the sister. This is the boy's sister, and she's thinking, oh, I would like to be married. I don't want to be single. And then someone asks, what did she say? And then you repeat. And because this is still true, and maybe they are asking you the next day, or you are reporting what she said the following week, right? So you say, oh, my sister says that she doesn't want to be single, or that she wants to get married. This will change until she gets married, right? But it's still true. So in these 3 situations, you don't change the tense when you pass the direct speech to indirect speech. All right, and if you go with me to your book, to page 403, we have this editing paragraph or exercise. Read this student's report. There are 11 mistakes in the use of indirect speech. The first mistake is already corrected. Here you have it, right? Find and correct another 10, or correct 10 more. If you analyze the one that is done, it says, they reported that they had experienced fear and sadness. Not we, because obviously the original or the direct speech, the exact words that they said were we have experienced, present perfect, right? We have experienced fear. So when you report, you say they reported that they had experience, right? Okay, if we continue, it says, on September 14th, the family went to a movie. Jersey, a high school student, say they can't drive the car home because their street was flooded with a lot of water, right, guys? So, is this possible here? This can't. When we are reporting, because here you don't have a comma and quotation marks, so where she said they couldn't drive, right? You are telling a story that occurred on September 14th. The family went, past tense, right? So, and she said, you are reporting that they couldn't drive, right? The car home because their street was flooded. He said it had happened in only 3 hours. Mrs. Nemec said that all their belongings are ruined. Okay, again, it is not possible to use present here when you are reporting what Mrs. Nemec said. The things or their belongings were ruined, but that their cat has escaped to an upstairs bedroom. Okay, has not possible, right, guys? Had escaped. Had escaped. You are reporting 2 things. In this case, 2 things that she said were ruined, had escaped. They were sad about losing so many valuable items. But she said she will have been much sadder to lose the family pet. Okay, what is the mistake here? She said she will have. Will is not possible when you are reporting, right? Do you remember that I told you what word change or what is the word instead of will when you report? Exactly, would. So she said she would have been, right? Let's continue. We will start here. Jersey's father also said their home had been a complete mess. This is correct, right? Past. Had been a complete mess. And that the family had worked all this week to clean out the house. Had worked is correct. Past perfect. But all this week, if you are reporting something, you are not reporting or speaking in the same week, right? So you cannot say this. Remember that you have to change this to that when you are reporting. So that week to clean out the house. Anna, who is in junior high school, wanted to keep her old dollhouse. It had belonged to her mother and her mother's mother. At first, her father said her, oops, her father said her. Okay, this is the reporting part, right? Remember that we can use said, told, warn, express, whisper, cries, scream, whatever we want to express what the other person said, right? But in this case, you have the receiver of the information. If you remember in the class, I told you that if you want to say or to use the reporting verb said plus the object pronoun that is receiving the information, you need to use to here. So here we have two options to fix this mistake. One is to use her father said to her, okay, that, or we change said for told. Her father told her, okay? So you can do both corrections. That she wouldn't be able to keep it because seeing it would just make her sad. Anna replied, you see, another reporting verb like said or answered or told me or expressed. Replied is another one. Anna replied that she saw memories in this old dollhouse. Again, in this, no possible, right? You don't have the dollhouse there with you. So you have to say in that dollhouse, not just broken wood. She said she couldn't bear to throw it away. In the end, they kept it. Mr. Nemec said he and Anna are able to restore the dollhouse a few weeks later. Okay. Everything is correct if you say are able to restore because they are very handy, right? No, but in this case you have they were able to restore the dollhouse a few weeks later. It happened in the past, right? So were able. Mrs. Nemec said that Anna had taught them something important today? No, right? Said, past tense, not today, that day. Don't forget the changes of the time expressions. Today changes to that day, as tomorrow changes to the next day. So she also said that if they had known about the flood in advance, they would have left the city? No, they would have. If you are using would, this is a model. What it means that you need the base form of the verb next to it or after the verb, right? The model. So would have. Don't forget those things, guys. Please put it in your page, right? Because it has to be uploaded. So just put it, and I needed to do it with you for me to explain you some other things and changes that you need to remember.